Greg Tepper of Dave Campbell's Texas Football and TexasFootball.com here at the Texas Six-Man Coaches Association Clinic here in Wichita Falls. You're the head coach of the Borden County Coyotes. It's Coach Trey Richey. Coach, I mean this genuinely. It's been a year, so it's good to see you.
Well, thank you, bud. It's nice to see you. It's been a crazy year, to say the least. You know, it was neat that we were able to get through it, you know, after everything that's gone on and all the things we had to adjust to at the end last year, you know, and then the UIL allowing us to do the things we could during the summer to try to get ourselves ready for this upcoming year, and all they had to go through to make this season work. You know, I know it's been a struggle. I mean, just look at, you know, the NCAA baseball College World Series, you know, what happened there. You know, so we're blessed that we got through this thing, and I know it didn't come with without a few hiccups along the way, but gosh, good to see you and good to have gotten a year under our belt.
Well, and speaking of which, I've heard that from coaches about how it's just so nice to be together. It's nice to have that fellowship and just be, bust chops a little bit and be together. Can you sense with your kids, in talking with your kids, that there's a sense of relief of, hey, 2021 is going to be a lot more normal, whatever that means, than 2020 was? Can you sense relief from your kids too?
You really can. You know, that the sense of normalcy feels a little more this summer. You know, as bad as it was, my golf game got better last year. Tahoka, which is close to us, kept their golf course open, just kept the flag sticks in. I got better putting with a flag stick in, I know that. But, it's just all of a sudden you had more time than you've had. I should have lost weight. I think I found weight, but a lot of good things about what's going on now. Just the sense of normalcy that we've got going on. Like we were blessed where we were, that we really didn't have a whole lot of issues. Dallas Morning News actually wrote an article on us, which was really neat, and make a plug for that guy. He won an award with the article that he wrote, so that's pretty cool. But yes, sir, it's nice to get back. Be here at coaching school. I may be the world's worst speaker, and it makes me nervous, and so I just got through speaking, and so now I can my wife is like, you need to never speak again, because this has been trouble at home. But anyway, between a daughter getting married and having to speak this summer, it's been a rough summer for my wife. God love her. But anyway, it's really neat to get back and see the kids, and I know the kids are excited about it.
So I just want to make sure I understand this. You just got done giving a lecture. Now you have to talk to me, and your daughter got married, so I presume you spoke at the wedding too.
I had to say a prayer at the rehearsal dinner, and I'm a crier, man. I mean, I actually cried just a while ago just talking about something, because I cry. I'm a softie, man. And when it comes down to it, it's ridiculous. I may be the weakest, softest coach you ever see, but for some reason my wife loves it, so that's good.
Well, hey, listen, if she's happy, then that's all that matters. All right, let's talk about your Coyotes. Last year, a state semifinal run into a juggernaut in Sterling City, which looked really fantastic. I know that the expectations at Borden County are always so high. You've set the bar so high there at Borden County. When you take a look back at 2020, is it a success? Like, how do you view 2020?
It's funny you say that, because we brought a couple of boys up here to the All-Star game, and that's something that we talked about the game. I mean, you can't go, a day or two without somebody bringing it up. I mean, it was a tremendous game with Sterling City. Was it, where does it rank? Where does it feel as the season goes? How does, that's a great question, because I know for me as a coach, I feel like I let the kids down. And that's what I struggle with the most, is that, I just feel like I've never viewed myself as an offensive coach, and that's what I just got through talking about. I'm here talking about offense, and I feel like I've always been about defense, and I don't feel real good about what I do. I just don't have a whole lot of confidence in that, and I've always been that way. But I just struggle with the fact that the way we lost, led basically the entire game, and take the last lead with 30-something seconds left, and they managed to score on the last play on a tremendous play by their kid, pulling it, coming over the top and catching the ball, and then the kid making the extra point kick with no time on the clock to send it to overtime, and then they beat us in overtime. And all you can do is, we talk about it when we play basketball. Your kid hits a three in your eye, just slap him on the rear and move on. I mean, that's really all you can do is you hug them, shake their hand, and congratulate Sterling. You know, I just got through visiting with Coach. I was proud for him and Coach Keith over there, Coach Cisco, because they both have gone through some battles and come up short. And for them to finally get one, just hate that it's at our kids' expense. But, you know, you're excited for them. But, you know, moving forward, you know, yeah, it was a tremendous year for the kids. It was the deepest run that this crew had. But literally, I'm disappointed for Coach Edwards because his son was a senior on that team, and I wanted him to have the experience that I got to have of coaching your kid in the state championship game. You know, he was there as a freshman, but to be in some big minutes, starting on both sides of the ball, I wanted Coach Edwards, who, you know, is a lifelong friend, to get to coach his kid in a state championship game like I was, you know, able to do with both of my boys. So I feel bad for them as well, but yeah, I think it was a great year. I think it was a successful year. But, again, it came up a game short of what we hoped would happen.
Well, to a great team. I mean, you weren't losing lunch meat now, sir.
No, it's just the finality of it. You know, it's and again, you know, I said this in the interview in 2017 after the ball game. People don't understand what it means to be at Cowboy Stadium and what the UIL has allowed us as six-man folks to be right there in the middle of your 2As through 6As, to be in that same atmosphere. You know, I know they had to juggle some things around this past year, but, you know, that's the part I hated as much as anything, is that, you know, when you drive underneath the stadium, you know, that's a feeling like you'll never see. I mean, kids press their nose up against the glass to see everything you see, you know, what the UIL does for you and what the stadium does for you in the dressing rooms, and then just to walk out on the field and see and be on the field that Troy Aikman and Emmett Smith and those guys played on. I mean, it's a tremendous feeling for kids, and that's something that they may never experience. And so you hate that group didn't, you know, the seniors didn't get to experience it as, you know, more integral parts of the team like they did as freshmen. And so I feel truly bad for those kids because I feel like I let them down in that situation. But again, you know, tremendous year that we had, and you know, always our expectation is to try to, you know, our first goal every year is try to win a district championship. When you do that, you know, you get a good draw, obviously, and then you try to go from there and see what will happen and see how far you can go. And you know, that's the goal. Again, you know, it doesn't change, even though you're only returning one on both sides of the ball, but that's still what you're hoping to do.
Well, and you mentioned that moving into 2021. We don't buy your sandbagging. We have you number 2 in the state, in the state, and a big reason why. Obviously, the pedigree you guys have. I know you're excited about some youngsters, most notably Ishmael Rodriguez, the state newcomer of the year. Yeah, you know, you're the guy who sees him every day in practice. Talking about Ishmael Rodriguez, what is it about him that has you so excited?
Oh, he's like a sponge. He wants to learn. You know, between learning what he's doing, X's and O's. And then he's in the weight room, he's in the gym, he's working out constantly. You know, my youngest son's at home a little bit, getting prepared for college again to go play, and so he goes up and they flip tires together, and he's like, Dad, he's just a workhorse. I mean, he just works hard, and you can see the drive. He wants, you know, he played, obviously, as a freshman, he played a different role than he'll probably play moving forward. You know, he'll probably be a little bit of fullback, quarterback, tailback. He's that kind of kid that can do a lot of things. You know, there's going to be a lot of weight put on his shoulders as a sophomore, but he's a tremendous kid. His uncle was on that 97 state championship team, and his uncle put him to work, you know, has some exercises for him to do, makes him work out there with him, and that's where the drive started, and he's carried it on his own now, and he gets in. I mean, he lives in the weight room, and it just, you know, you can tell by what you see every time you look at him. And he wants to be successful, and he's trying to drag a bunch of guys along with him into the weight room. We got a senior, Brant Barons, that's been in there a lot. That's the other guy that has some experience. That's the only two that truly have some good varsity experience, and so those two are going to be, you know, have a lot of weight on their shoulders. Expectations for what they can do for us are going to weigh on them, but we feel like they can do some great stuff.
All right, now I know you're tired of talking, but I'm going to make you answer one more question. You have accomplished a lot in your career there at Borden County. You know, state championships, the 126-27 record or something like that. Has the 11-man game ever interested you? Is that something that you're, or are you just like, I'm a 6-man guy. This is what I do now?
I know, in all honesty, my dad was an 11-man coach, and I played both of them in high school. I actually have coached 2 years at 2 different 11-man schools. I actually, in 2000, when we left, I went to Stanford with the expectation of I got to go back to grunt status. I was a basketball coach for 15 years, going to go back to grunt status, work my way up to coordinator's job, and then try to get a head 11-man job. I love the 6-man game. I love this. The camaraderie there is with the 6-man coaches is amazing. But in all honesty, I wouldn't mind. It's a thought. Actually, my wife and I were just talking about it the other day. I'm a granddad now. Got 2 grandkids, and so it's everything. We stayed at Borden County so long for our kids because it was the best place for our kids, and now we're there because it's the best location because I've got kids all over the place. But wherever they end up, we're going to try to get close to them at some point in time, and 11-man may be what I need to do. But yeah, it's intriguing. I know Coach Reed did it and enjoyed it, but it's something I would like to do. And I also, this may sound crazy, but I've even toyed with the thought is I'd like to just be an assistant at a small college as football or basketball. I don't know if you noticed, but I have a basketball necklace.
I've seen that.
I still love that game too. So it's something that could be there someday.
I gotta tell you, Coach, I don't feel great about young guys like you being grandpas. That does not make that doesn't make me feel good. You guys gotta stop that. Stop telling me that kind of stuff.
I don't know that I'm young. I'm 53, so
you're young.
Yeah, well, thank you. I feel it. We'll see here in a minute when I go to that golf course. And, I'm creeping up on a different tee box. I'm getting closer to a different tee box. So, but we've been blessed. Borden County has been tremendous to us. This will be year 29 for us there at Borden County, and so, like you asked, the expectations are not going to be any different. Are we going to have to find some folks? Got another Kingston coming up that was on that mile relay at the state track meet. So, there's some kids we're going to expect to step in and fill some holes. And that, when you've been successful like we've had with some great kids, great coaches, great community, kids want to be the next, fill in the name. There's a lot of names you can fill in the blank right there. They want to be the next this. They want to wear this number because that's what that guy did. Because schools our size, they remember everybody. Everybody knows who number 20 was. Everybody knows who number 25, 22, 11. Those guys, they all want to be that guy. So hopefully we'll get. No, sir. No, never.
Thanks so much for watching that video. If you would like more and to be notified when they come out, go ahead and click that subscribe button right down there. You can also watch Texas Football Today every day live at noon on TexasFootball.com, Facebook, Twitch, and right here on YouTube. For more of the best coverage of Texas football in the Lone Star State, go to TexasFootball.com/subscribe.